Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome to my channel, Hazel Naka Design. This is a thrift haul video, and it's a bit of a mixed bag. Although, I'm not going to be showing any books because there are enough of those to do a dedicated video. I was in a new community the other day, and I was happy to find a thrift store I'd never been to before, as well as an antique store I'd never been in to before. And then on the way home, we stopped in at another community and I picked up 2 or 3 items there. So it's going to be, so some of these things are sort of personal decor type items, and or supplies for paper crafting or, adding to junk journals and so on. I hope that you find some favorites. Now, this, I didn't, and do you think they used enough tape on it? 50 cents. I did not obviously open it, but I'll tell you, when I saw the cover, I went flashing back to my childhood. I am positive. I mean, we had this puzzle. Oh, somebody had to repair that pig's foot. Oh, and bilingual too. Okay, so well, I broke it up, but it appears that all 3 puzzles are intact. So is that not precious? I have no idea. Of course, these things are never dated. Well, I'll just give you a clue. It wasn't in the 1800s that I was a kid, but I love this. And I have done videos. I've seen better days maybe. So maybe what I'll end up doing with this is alter. Okay, this one is taped, this one is cracked. There's tape here. Maybe what I'll end up doing is actually crafting with these pieces. But I wonder if I can get this tape off without peeling the image off, because boy, that seems like overkill to me. Wouldn't this be a great journal cover if I could salvage it? I guess you probably don't want to watch me struggle with this. Oh. Looky there. It might be salvage. Oh. It might be salvageable. I think the people that package stuff up, and again, I don't know if it was a store people. It probably was a store people because that's where they chose to write the price. I just wish that sometimes the people working in these places would be a little more sensible in how they package, price, and so on the items. I mean, obviously they don't know what our intentions are for them, but sorry guys, I just have to keep going because this is actually working. I cannot, but sometimes this falls in the category of more luck than brains. Woohoo! Okay, I'm pretty pleased about that, and if I have to sacrifice that, it just becomes a smaller cover. Awesome. Okay, my daughter fell in love with these sorts of, well, the first thing she saw, I think it was on Instagram or something, was somebody collecting these kinds of ceramic vegetables. So, of course, she went on a mission, and last July, for her birthday, we went to an antique mall, and I bought her a tomato cookie jar and a salt and pepper. Anyway, it's become a thing. So, lo and behold, I find this cute little thing at the antique store. send her a photo, because there's a certain point when just because mother likes it and thinks it's a good value or whatever doesn't mean that the kid does. So I sent her a photo and she was all excited. And then I had a better look at it. And I realized that, yes, there's a chip there. Now, if this was mine, I would color match some acrylic paint and I would just touch that up, because the reason it jumps out at you is because of the high contrast. If that part was green, even if it wasn't perfect, it would not be so visible. So I, of course, take a better look and say, okay, that broke off, but somebody, did a reasonable job of repair, and I would touch up the bottom as well. So anyway, I sent her another photo and say, I just noticed it has blah, blah, blah. I had already spoken to the man, the owner, and I saw that, the place was jam-packed, but it was also, the prices were kind of what you expect to see in an antique store and not what we love to pay or used to love to pay at thrift stores before they got all smart and started raising their prices. So I said to him, after I'd spent some time in this one little room, and this was like an old house, and every room was just crammed with stuff. Anyway, I said to him, if I make a little pile, would you be willing to consider, some better pricing? And he said, yes, make a pile. So I said to my daughter through text that, I should be able to get this cheaper for you if I get a bulk price on everything. So that's what happened, and now I just have to collect from her when I deliver it. You know how sometimes when a parent buys something, it's hard to... Anyway, you know what I mean. Okay, wooden spool. He had quite a selection of them, and this was $15, and, I don't like... In the end, he gave me a fair bit of money off, but how that related item by item, I don't know. I wanted one of these because all the cool kids have one of these. I don't intend to start a collection. I do know that that price was on the lower end of what I've seen them at. And of course, Canadian funds as well, which makes a difference to me. So I will display this somewhere. I think I showed it in a previous thrift haul. I also have some of those wooden spools, but short, 3-inch or 4-inch tall ones that are have a wider shaft on them. And I intend to do some slow stitching and attach it to that like you've seen countless other people do. Anyway, there were, and Sandy, maybe you'd better try to clue me in the comments. There were other spools that were that are not like this, that have, a base, top and bottom, that you can stand it up. They tend to be, oh, you know what? I didn't have to draw you a picture. I could have said more carrot-like. And in fact, he had some that had, fiber still on them. When I asked him, he said that he thought that maybe that had to do with spinning wool. I mean, in the wool making process. So I don't know about that or not. There were also other ones that had different ends on them, sort of a raised area. And I'm thinking, well, that is more attractive. The wood was probably nicer as well, but you're limited. It can't stand up. So anyway, better or worse, I chose that one. Okay, then at a thrift store, I found this. Excuse me, it was priced at $3 for the bag. And that's what I paid. The real reason I wanted it is because of these. Now, they're metal, And they're copper, which you probably know by now that I love. And I thought, wouldn't these be great on as a journal topper? So, you know, when you think about what you get in a little package of, say, Tim Holtz metal pieces, you know, size-wise, this is less than $1 each. Never mind, I mean, not that I want these. Although I do have a connection, I have a connection. I have a collection of knobs and drawer pulls and stuff like that. So for the time being, maybe that'll get added to that. Maybe it'll get donated. Maybe I'll list it to sell it. Who knows? But this was the real intent with that purchase. Okay, what else? Oh, at the same store, there was a display that was 75% off, and this was one of the items. So that means I paid 50 cents for it. And hands up if you know what my intention would be with this. I'm waiting for an answer. It, of course, opens, well, I guess it probably should have gone this way. It opens up this way based, no, that's upside down. Anyway, it does, no, I guess it's this way. So it looks like maybe this was intended to hold makeup brushes, or it's probably too short for pens or pencils. I'm not sure what it was intended for, but it is in pristine condition. And it has a built-in area here. Now, I would probably, okay, this is plasticized. I would probably just neatly cut that off. And who knows what I'd do with this. But I'm thinking that's where a signature could get sewn in. And then this, of course, just becomes a flap. And, of course, it's got a self-tie, so not a moment's hesitation in knowing that I can do something with this. And I do have similar projects or similar haul items that I've shown you, including a little suede purse that I took apart. And it's in my YouTube idea basket. So one of these days, my lovelies, it will be a video. Okay, keep going. I have never seen this design of a needle book. It's got some tears. I will take those needles out, I'm sure, and add them to my bookbinding kit. That's a good one. Now, mind you, don't need it 3 miles long, but both of these are blunt and have a large eye, which is exactly what you want. So, obviously, the whole farmer thing appealed to me, since that's what we do. And I just thought it was cool. So I'm okay. Complete leather assortment for bags, leather, clothing, darning. So I was happy about that. Then, now, do I need more costume jewelry? No, I do not. Do I have enough beads to last me a lifetime? Yes, I do. Thanks for asking. But I thought that this was quite attractive because there are so many different styles of beads on here. Now I have the little amethyst chips. I mean, this is an El Cheapo with the giant hole in it. I love the coppery colored ones like so. So I will have fun taking this apart. It's just on fishing line. Taking this apart and sorting these little ones that almost look like a gazing ball or something. You know, they're sort of, I don't know what you call that. Anyway, I bit the bullet and bought this. So we'll see what the yield is when I take it apart. Oh, I like these. They were unpriced. Too bad he didn't charge me 10 cents like the original price. But made in Canada, these lovely pink cards. 2 are completely intact. This one has some missing. But one of these days, I have to do a video about, I do have a few carded buttons that need to be dealt with. So I just thought these were pretty sweet. And I should actually throw I should throw all of them probably in my blush colored project bin, just as a reminder to use some of them there. Oh, let me show you some wallpaper. There are 2 pieces. None of it amounts to very much, quantity-wise. Man, this is tight. If only I had a cabbage to weigh it down. Maybe I could break this before I deliver it. Jeez. Sorry, guys. That scared me. Hope it didn't scare you. Anyway, my daughter and I have seasons tickets to the theater in Edmonton. And I'll be seeing her. Well, of course, these dates will mean nothing to you. But I will be seeing her tomorrow. So I don't have much time to break it. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So, of course, these are great colors for anybody who loves neutrals. And I like the fact that the design is vertical, so that if you want to use it as a journal cover, imagine your spine here, and then you've got a nice design both front and back. So that was the rationale there. And there is another chunk that's kind of more ratty looking. So I don't know, like I do intend to put some wallpaper bundles together for the Maker's Market and for my coffee shop. But it's always time. It's always time. Now this is a personal thing. I've never seen this game before, but it is still sealed in cellophane. It cost $5. I have no idea what the original price was. However, if you tried to buy a board game for anyone at Christmas or, well, anytime, you know that they are an out-of-sight price. Now, we have come the last couple of years around Christmas or on our road trip south, we have begun solving some of those crime games. And I may have shown you that in the past, but I just have to say, all of us who watch TV have seen enough years of Forensic Files, CSI, all those types of real crime and, imaginary crime shows to think that we're pretty darn clever in this regard. Oh, I just realized I have ink all over me. Can you tell I was stamping? Anyway, and we also, you probably won't be surprised, trying to reach some wipes here. You won't be surprised to hear that most newspapers run an occasional column called Dumb Criminal Stories, where people are just make such blunders after they've, either before or after they've committed a crime, that it's no problem for the police to apprehend them because, they forget their driver's license at the scene of the crime or, dumb stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to this. And apparently this particular one, you can play it over and over again. So with the others, there's only one solution. There is an online component. They make it really authentic looking, like with, police reports and exhibit photos and mug shots and stuff like that. So this one says, Using scan and play technology to mix digital and board games that allows for many crime investigation stories to be told with the same components. Interrogate the suspects, collect evidence, and arrest the murderer before you run out of time. So it says 5 scenarios included in this box, many more available in the app. So was that not a steal of a deal? So anyway, I'm looking forward to playing that with my peeps. Okay, what else? I had a few milk glass pieces, but my daughter, expressed interest in them. And, like a good mother, sometimes, it's good to give some of these things while you're still alive to see their reaction. Anyway, so now she has a bit of a milk glass collection. Now, I don't think this is milk glass, because to me it's a little too shiny and it's not as opaque as it should be. But it was so cute. And I don't know if it's going to end up holding some stuff here on my desk, or if it's going to go with the white servingware that I have in the kitchen. But I thought it was pretty sweet. Now, I thought I had lucked out and found a roll of washi tape. This was 50 cents, but it appears that it's duct tape instead. Well, or is it? I don't know anymore. It almost seems to have perforations, but anyway, I just thought that was cute. I mean, it could be used anywhere that you'd use paper or washi tape. This really seems pretty tough, like certainly tougher than washi tape. So who knows? Maybe it'll be on an envelope. Hey, that would be good. I could use these on some of the envelopes for the Happy Mail movement. I'm going to add that to my little basket of stuff. I keep a basket kind of things that I think, where I keep my pre-made envelopes and where I keep little odds and ends that I think I'm either saving for particular people or need to, just want to include. I thought this was really attractive. Angela, I still have not found my 144 little drink parasols. So talk about finding a good hiding place. What can I say? Anyway, this is a package of 20 invitations and 20 envelopes. You can see that at some point somebody priced it at $7.70. Like, is that not nuts? I paid $1.50. And I just thought, if I have a drink a year, that's about my speed. Don't have anything against it. If you can handle your liquor, if you can afford to drink, no skin off my nose. But I just thought that the colors and the mood are just so fun. So, well, why don't I open it? Now, it says envelope, so I'm thinking that because they have the details of the, the who, what, when, on the front, it probably is blank on the back. So would that not be a perfect? Okay, there is no tape shortage apparently in the thrifting world, because everybody tapes the Jesus out of the. Ugh. Oh, they're nice and heavy. Okay, let's see how wide these are. 4.5 inches. So perfect journaling card. Would that not just add a splash of color to almost any kind of a journal that a person's using. So I really thought those are cool, and I'm glad I picked them up after all. Now, I've seen some YouTubers who save this packaging, and obviously you have to cut along the folds because you can never get that crease out, and use this heavier packaging for making windows and stuff like that. I don't need to save any more stuff. That's probably too slick to use, so I'll throw that out as well. Notice how I said that so boldly and just did it. Just did it. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, my daughter and her man are very much into playing cards. So when we were together around Christmas, New Year's in Denver, I thought it was time to remind the family about playing Canasta. And of course, you know, we haven't played for quite a long time. Some of the rules stick with you forever. Some are more obscure. And then, you know, these days everybody just goes to Google. And, you know, and what I found since then is that there are a lot of interpretations and variations out there. The game itself is fairly old. Anyway, so we always break the number of people into sexes, men versus women. And I have to say that invariably the women kick butt. And the beauty of dividing people up that way is that, see these little odds and ends that you get. The beauty of dividing people up that way is you don't have couples sort of getting mad at other couples. This way it's that whole gender thing, you know, which gender is smarter, more strategic, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I didn't realize that there was all this stuff inside. I guess there must have been a score pad here at one time, but there's this, which could be a very cool card. And this is heavy. This could be almost like a writing board or something. So I'm glad about that. Let's see how these people were doing. Well, Ted. Ted. Not good. Anyway, so these guys of ours continued playing, just the two of them, after they got home. And, you know, would text occasionally and say, ask for a ruling on something. So it would be interesting. I wonder if there's a date on this. It would be interesting to see what this book set, whatever you want to call it, would consider the rules of the game. No date on it. Anyway, I thought the cards in themselves were cute, and at first I didn't even realize it was Canasta. So I thought they were pretty darn nice. The box has seen better days. Speaking of boxes, can you imagine why on earth I would have been drawn to this? It's got kind of almost like a fabric-y feel. It's not in good condition, but it's got purple, it's got orange, it's got gold. It has a floral, branchy type look. And I thought to myself, could that not make a cute journal cover? Oh, and the bottom is also covered as well. So I am going to be deconstructing this, but look inside. This is so beautiful and so natural. Oh, is there a marking on there? Yes, there is. I don't have my magnifying glass here. And it smells. I mean, good, as opposed to some of the stuff we buy. cute little clasp here to open this. And I could still touch myself up if I needed to. Oh, and it smelled gorgeous. And look at this tube of lipstick. It's got this etching, I guess would be the word, into the brass. I don't know why the bottom of it is kind of so plain looking, but anyway, you're not going to believe the color. Isn't that cute? So these, I mean, this is the kind of stuff a person, you know, you would put on. I have one of those old dressers with the knee hole, and it's beautiful wood, and that's where I put all my makeup and so on. Anyway, so I can, you know, I can put these two pieces on a tray there on my dresser, and then feel free to. Oh, this might come apart easier than I think. Oh, look, it's just corrugated cardboard. Well, that could be the top of that could be a journal topper. And you see, when I do this on a video in front of you, you know that it cannot now be ignored and whatever. It needs to be dealt with now. Anyway, I love that. Let me throw away the piece. Well, I could still use some of this. Let me throw away the things that are not covered in gold, real gold. I'll have to think about that. That's velvety. That could be used probably. Okay. I said I was leaving books for another day. I'll just quickly show you some linens that I got, and we'll call it a day for this one. Now let's do this one at a time. Okay, this... Oh, dear. See, I can't stop the video. I have to ignore that call. Anyway, I did say, are you going to bring Chinese food home after your meeting? So that's probably what it's about. Anyway, these 5 smallish doilies are all together. Unit price on them. And it was, I think they're a size that I would use. And, you know, it's kind of dumb, but so far I have been reluctant to cut up anything that was made by my mother or my aunt or any other relatives. Now, I don't know what this is. This is the first piece like this I've ever gotten. Is this by any chance called broomstick lace? Does anybody know? And the only it's not my most favorite. I don't think this is the greatest stuff in the world, but it was different. So that's why I took it. And bought it. And perhaps if I knew the background, I would love it more. These cute guys are, you know, about 4 or 5 inches almost in size. So they would be cute to use in a journal. And I have to force myself to do that. So hold me to it. Sometimes in the comments, just write and say, how's it coming using up your little doilies? Because, you know, I hate to disappoint anyone. So I would probably quickly start using them. I thought this was very unusual. Let's see if I can figure out which. Okay, this is clearly the right size. So it's, I don't know, what is this, a dress or scarf or something? But if you can see, it's got some, well, I guess that's machine. I don't know. I shouldn't say because I don't know. These different circles have been highlighted. with some stitching and some, well, I guess it's not really cut work because, I mean, the holes are already there. So I don't know what this is, but I thought it was cool. So I will have to run this through the washing machine and freshen it up. I guess I better keep the doilies together for that reason as well. I'll be putting this fragile one in a one of those lingerie bags, just so it doesn't get, you know, tangled and ripped to shreds before I find out if it's worth $1 million. You know, because it could be worth $1 million. This was a set. Oh, I didn't realize it had those stains on it. Anyway, I'm never going to let some stains stand between me and... This is the right side. Nice subtle colors. So it's a 3-piece set. The middle one, well, let me show you the right side. The middle one is obviously the biggest. So I think that will go through the washing machine as well. And then I picked a bunch of hankies. And I probably shouldn't have, because have I used the hankies that I already have? No, I haven't. But you can imagine I probably grabbed this one because of its color. I would say this is the front. So that's cool. This one, of course, the attraction here is this lovely little lace corner. And those tiny little flowers. Now, of course, it's, you know, more desirable if there was a design on every corner, but sometimes you don't get that. So, cool. Here's another sweet one with all those pastels. Not really a pastel person, to be honest, but I probably could be. Here's sort of another one with the fancy corner, but in a pale blue. Here is another very soft colored one. This one is cute. Look how they managed to put, it's got a really wide hem on it, and it's got, I forgot what this kind of hem is called, where you pull out a thread and you sort of do that decorative thing there. Anyway, look, somebody put a rose, well, whatever kind of bud that is, all right, on the margin there. But is that not great? Okay, so I have laundry to do. Oh, and I'll show you this. And this too needs some washing. I don't know what that is. But look at, okay, let's figure out which is the right side. I guess it's probably this one. So it's got some stuff. Now, I guess if I wash this and hang it to dry and find that the stains do not come out of it, the next best thing is then to tea dye the rest of it. I mean, tea dye the whole thing so that it looks intentional as opposed to, you know, stain removal gone wrong. But just, well, let me isolate the pattern. Let me pick one that's not so dirty. Look at how much a person can salvage here. Can cut off this little scalloped edge, cut out these things, cut out these little florets, cut out this big rose or this whole piece here. And it's like it's substantial. So I was pretty happy about that. And maybe this will be the last item, because I better phone hubby and see what he wants. Now I have some cut work that was given to me by my aunt, and it was, it's all ecru on ecru, and but this, of course, is you know, something totally different. It's got colors that most of us love, which is the, oh, there's some wear there. So this thing was actually used and washed and so on. So it's got like a turquoisey pink thing happening on beige. So this, what would we call this? Not sure what that is. It's not a placemat, because goodness, it would be far more, it would be stained, and it isn't. So 2 of those. And then this bigger thing. Okay, this is it doubled up. So you can see, like on my mat, it is 22 inches wide. So there are 3 of these kind of scallopy things. And then, of course, the hemming that goes all the way around. So I'll wash that as well. And I think, guys, I'm going to stop there because, you know, I gotta see what's going on. What if he doesn't know what to order me for Chinese food? So, you know, for the next, I tend to do, oh, I didn't say. I always use 3 hashtags for my haul videos. Excuse me. Thrifty Canucks, hosted by Kim Newberg. Canucks meaning Canadians. Thrifty Thursdays, hosted by Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming. And Thrifted Treasures, hosted by Dale at Not Too Shabby Chic. So, because of the Thursday thing, I typically post my haul videos on Thursdays. So, there will be a few scheduled over the next several Thursdays. Sorry, I have a cup of hot water here. There will be videos over the next few Thursdays while I cover my purchases, and a dedicated one, or probably 1, maybe 2, just books alone. So stay tuned for that. I haven't been reminding, asking, begging, and pleading for you to subscribe. And I don't know if that's a mistake in sorry. I don't know if that's a mistake in judgment, or if that is following the example set by Carrie the Paper Monkey. And I hadn't noticed that till she pointed it out. She said that she never asks on behalf of herself to have people subscribe and like and all that jazz. I don't know why these threads are so long. And it doesn't seem to be hurting her numbers at all. So then I thought, well, okay. I mean, unless you just awoke from a coma, chances are you're going to know that that's how YouTube works. If you like what you see, you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, you give people thumbs up, and you say nice stuff. If you know, like your mother said, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. So then you stay silent, and maybe you never come back to that channel again. However, if you like the content, which presumably most people do, then you comment and you help the creator grow their channel. So I haven't been saying please subscribe for many videos now. I don't have the time to analyze, is that working, is that working? I just prefer to be authentic and do what feels right in the moment. So let me just say, I very much appreciate those new people who have subscribed lately. I feel like I want to have a bit of a cheat sheet beside me and do call outs to people. I also know from the Happy Mail movement and from the people who do comment that the majority of people do not comment. They're just out there in the wilderness, watching, presumably enjoying, coming back, watching, presumably enjoying, maybe learning something, maybe not, maybe being entertained, maybe not. But, you know, whatever people's motivation is, I mean, that's not for me to decide. But it really, the one of the benefits of the Happy Mail movement is that it is exposing, and I don't mean that in a bad way at all, it is exposing some of these people who have been silent. Like the other day, yesterday, I got an envelope from someone in Lauderdale, Florida. And I'm thinking, wow, isn't that kind of cool? I wouldn't have known that this woman existed, but now I do. So I can't unhear that. I can't unknow that. So just know that whatever you do or don't do in the way of subscribing and commenting impacts us as creators. It gives us warm fuzzies when you do those things like subscribe and like and hit the notification bell. Anyway, I'm not going to make that a regular thing anymore. You guys know the drill. And anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.